Hey up you lot, how's it going? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, also known as Mags. How are you doing on this Tuesday? Welcome to TNGC, also known as Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where we talk about the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. And we've got a bumper show for you yet again this week. Loads of stuff going on. Let's say hello to everyone who's here tonight. Gozzo, first one in. Hello, evening, Mag and everyone. Hello. Alexia, hello. It was enjoyed watching your stream. Got to see one of your streams finally. I was watching that. Sorry I had to disappear for a bit. Amanda, hello. Good evening. Vet Gaming, good evening, brother. How you doing, buddy? Will, good evening. How you doing? Flame, hello. Lovely Sophie, hello. How are you doing? Dan Game Tank, hello. I think that was enough of those. Big Jessica goes, oh, you do streaming? Apparently. Who knew? It's a thing. Who knew? There you go. Don't forget, Jesse is our community member of the month, as voted by you. So go check out his channel. I've been told he will start streaming again soon. I heard that from him. Heard it from him. Don't know when it's going to happen, but he did say it's going to happen. So go follow him. Give him a follow. Do it. Big Jesus, as Sophie calls him. You did. I appreciate it. That's okay. That's okay, Alexia. It was good to see you. I blame the community. Please do. Drawn Unicycle, howdy. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Great to see you as always. Mag streaming. Who would have thought? I know. Bizarre that, isn't it? I do streaming as well, apparently. That's my side job, streaming. There you go. Walker, good day. How you doing? All the way from Oz. How you doing, lovely? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome to the show. Obviously, loads going on. Mojo and Pixie are still here. They're going back home tomorrow before I head to Scotland because I've got to zoom off to Scotland to do some stuff for the next couple of days, which is nuts. But they are both fast asleep. So maybe if Dave gets them right, I'm not going to be able to spin the chair, but we can bring them up on camera. So maybe we could do that. There you go. Puppies indeed. You need to stream your tash. That's it. I was only shaved 2 weeks ago. It's not bad. It's only just growing back. Do the Lion King. I can do the Lion King. Fan-fucking-tastic, says Walker. Lovely. I can stream Jesse's bush. I'm sure hopefully he means one of the ones in the garden, because otherwise I'll be a little bit worried and it might be a little bit painful. Just saying. Adds new meaning when someone shouts, I want to trim an edge. If you're old enough to remember that advert, there you go. Wait, puppies, not doggos. Have I missed something? Well, no, they are 7 years old, but we call them puppies. But they're also doggos. So there you go. No actual puppies. I don't even have a garden. Not actually true. But there you go. Looks good, Tash. Nothing wrong with Mags. Thank you, Adam. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I thought they had a litter or something. No, nothing like that. Just call them puppers. They are. I call something else puppies. Oh, you call something else puppies. Well, you would, Soph, and I know what you're referring to there. Thank you for the added filth in tonight's stream. Puppers is good with me. Yeah, we call them puppers. They're good. They're good. They're good. I also call them my kids. Why not? People think I'm weird. I just don't give a fuck. Anyway, bitties. Yeah, I still got to say bitties. Thank you for the bitties. I hate that word. Does my head in. It's bits. But there you go. Bitties. Yay, added filth. It comes free of charge with your subscription to Twitch. To help me. I just made our guest laugh. I've just seen him burst out laughing backstage. Oh, there you go. Danker, thank you for the 1 bitties. Doesn't work because it's 1. It'd be 1 bit. Can't have 1 bitties. It doesn't make sense. See what I mean? But there you go. I said it anyway because people redeemed it, so I've got to say. Little Britain comes to mind. Yeah, but that is absolute filth as well. And that's the wrong kind of bitties. McBitty is something else. And McVitty is a type of biscuit. Scott M, hello. The man, the myth, the legend. Where is he? Hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Check out them big bitties. Well, we'll sure see them anyway. Now, to be with me on the show, as always, I can't do this alone. I need someone who's a fountain of knowledge. Please get it up for our co-host. The one, the only co-host that knows the most is Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm prepared. The filth is coming in strong in chat, so I think we're in for a good show.
That's what we want, isn't it?
It is, yes. Well, it might be what you want. I don't know whether it's what I want. But there you go. There you go. Exclamation Dave in chat. Give Dave a shout out. Woohoo, Dave. Look at that view. There you go. You're fantastic again. Hey, Dave. So much better to look at than me, apparently.
Oh, thank you, Sophie.
There you go. You know, Sophie's your number one fan, I think. There you go. She ain't my fan anymore, apparently. So, the Bet Gaming says, Dave, save us.
I'll do my best.
Well, what are you going to save us from? What games have you been playing? What can you tell us about this week?
Well, I've finished off Silent Hill 2 Remake now.
So did I.
Through that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I still do think it went on a bit longer than it should have done, really.
Yes.
Definitely outstays its welcome. I think I got to the point where the enemies weren't really that scary anymore, so I just running into the back room with the metal pipe. But I still enjoyed it. It's a good story in the game. I think I probably got the best ending that you can get in it. I'd say.
Yeah, because it's interesting. I was reading up on this because I think I got one of the worst endings, but that's because just me and a shotgun, I've got to fire it or something. So I got because apparently on your first run you can get one of 3 endings.
Yep.
And then you play New Game Plus and you can get another 3 endings on top of that, which makes 6. But then there's also 2 comical endings. One to do with the dog, which is harks back to the original Silent 2, and one to do with UFOs and getting probed, which I thought was quite funny. So I am going to watch them all after the stream, but I think my one, you have an option to do one of 3 things. What did you do? Because I'll explain what I did to get my ending.
Oh, will you say one of 3 things? There's multiple things you can do that give you the different endings.
The
ending I got was the leave ending, as it's referred to.
Right, yeah. So you just leave the boss or character, we won't give spoilers, there and go. And then you get to leave Silent Hill.
Yeah, you get to leave Silent Hill.
Yeah.
That probably turns out to be the best one, I'd say.
Yeah, my ending was went up to the boss after defeating him, got the shotgun, shot him in the fucking face because I was like, you're doing me head in, and then got the worst ending for it, which I won't spoil either because I thought that was an interesting ending. And apparently there's another ending there. Yeah.
You see, I shot the boss at the very end as well. Not with the shotgun, with a pistol. I don't think that makes a difference. I think there's a lot of other things that counts during the gameplay.
Yeah, I did see
that actually count towards it.
That's interesting.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So maybe me shotgunning the boss in the face didn't make much difference. Okay, that's interesting. Well, there you go. I think I did fail on a couple of bits because it's about the ending I got is you turn your attention to this other character that looks like your wife. And because I visited her in 2 different places, which you don't have to do, that I think gave me a different ending. But there you go.
Right.
But I'm gonna watch them all. I agree with you. It went on a little bit too long, but it was still excellent, and I can see why it got the rave reviews it did. And I think I did it in 18 and a half hours, which is probably a bit slow.
Yeah, I think that was about the same for me as well.
Yeah, so there you go. Being in the Timeless team is a bit like being stuck in Silent Hill. Hard to escape, terrifying, and ends with sadness. I mean, that's true. There you go. It's true. Look, it's Mag. We all love Mag. Also, Dave is here. Hello, Dave. As in Dave Johnson. There you go. What game? Silent Hill 2. Anything else you've been playing?
Yeah, since I finished that, I've flicked Final Fantasy VII Rebirth back on for a bit.
Okay.
I'm still slowly playing on with that. I keep playing bits, then other games come in, I jump on those, finish them, go back to this for a bit. I think I'm about halfway through. I just had a glance at a walkthrough just to see how many chapters there are. And I'm on 7 of 14, so getting back to about the halfway mark. So I'll finish it eventually. I'm just not really rushing through it.
Well, that's like me with Star Wars Outlaws. I'm going to dip back into that. But I want to finish. Obviously, I've been playing all the bonus levels of Astrobot that come out every Wednesday as well, because there's 2 more weeks of that.
Hey, I forgot about those.
I've done 3 of the 5. So there's another one this week and there's one more next week. So I've been doing that. And then I will probably finish the Quiet Place game because I like that, but I'll probably do that in a day because it's not a long game. And then I'll get back to Echoes of Wisdom, the Zelda game where you actually play Zelda.
Oh, nice.
That. And then next week, because next Monday stream, we'll be cracking on with that.
Sonic Generations very
Which is going to be great. So I'm streaming this next Monday. That's my next stream because I'm not on for the rest of this week. As I mentioned, I'm in Scotland. But yeah, that's Monday stream, and then I'll be hammering through that, which I can't wait. So there you go. And I've got
VR stuff to play.
Yeah.
Batman Arkham Shadow. Then we've got Metro VR is out, I think, on the 7th, which we'll talk about next week. And then there's some other good VR stuff coming out towards the end of November and beginning of December. So loads I want to play.
There you go. I would officially like to say hello to Dave, whom I totally respect.
Evening, Dave.
There you go. Ghost says he will finish. Ghost Carrot Will says he will finish it when the last part comes out. Exactly. You were playing the OLL time. I don't know what that is. Is that the Generations remaster? Yes, it is, Scott. It is. It's the one that literally came out 2 Fridays ago. 2 Fridays ago that come out. So yeah, with the new Shadow stuff, and it came with the digital download stuff. And I will show this off very quickly. It comes with a little Dr. Robotnik book, which has got a load of stuff in it. So even though this only arrived today, they did send me the day one edition. So I got all the pre-order stuff, and I didn't actually pre-order it. So there you go. Oh, are you playing all with the Sonic? I don't know what you're on about, Soph. You're going to have to explain that to me. But there you go. When you did a great job on stage. Oh, no, wrong game, Soph. That was like the original Sonic the Hedgehog, OLL. So it's a completely different game. But there you go. Anyway, there you go. Oh, our guest has just said I'm a lucky motherfucker for getting that game. Thank you, sir. There you go. And we should probably get our guest in, shouldn't we?
I think we should.
So,
waiting.
Yes, I know. Sorry, we've been waffling on too much, but there you go. Thank you to everyone in chat who's just turned up. Greatly appreciate it. Go ahead out. Have a great stream, Mag. Bye. Thank you, Walker. You take care. Lovely to see you as always. Have a good day because it's the start of the day in Australia. Anyway, our guest is sitting there going, come on, man, introduce me. Met this lovely gentleman at what ended up being the last Insomnia. I'm not going to say forever because you never know. Met him very briefly while he's been interviewed by the Gamer Guide. And then got to chat with him quite a lot, which was great at Format, which was over a month ago. This gentleman has a fantastic story, which is very different from anyone who's been on this show. I know him as Alex, but a lot of people know him from his streams as the One-Handed Gamer. So please welcome him to the show. Hello, sir.
Yeet. Hello. Yeet.
How you doing, buddy?
I just had to do it. I just had to do it once.
That's all good, man. It's good. One-Handed Gamers, all links in there. His Twitch, his Twitter, his YouTube, his TikTok, his Instagram, and now in the chat. Please do go follow him on literally everything. So there you go. And we've got people saying hello to you already.
Hello there.
Here we go. Dave, Amanda saying hello. So, Alex, I'm going to call you Alex rather than One-Handed Game if that's perfectly cool with you.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Tell us a little bit more about if people are not aware of you or your Twitch channel or your other stuff, please tell them. Let's start with why you started what you were doing, my friend.
So how I started into gaming, like how I started into this was essentially through, like, it was during the pandemic, essentially. Yep. So obviously 2019, back in 2019, pandemic like was starting to like build up. And then fast forward to February, I said to myself, you know what? I'm like, put up a stream then and everything like that. Because the way I play games one-handed, hence why the name, I just went, you know what? Pop up a stream, February 2020, pop up a stream and be like, okay, I'm going to play COD, see where it goes from there. And lo and behold, here we are now, essentially. I just grew from that point, basically. Just connected, grew, bonded with people, and then just showed what I'm capable of, basically.
So now, obviously, the first question that some people in chat are going to ask is, how comes you're a one-handed gamer?
I can actually, if I can change my camera, I can actually change my camera source here. Oh, yes, I can. Perfect. So I can show you by example if it allows me to. But essentially, if you guys can see, essentially how I play games is basically all my functions are on the right side.
Yeah.
So all my functions are all on the right side. So as in, if it was for COD, for example, all of it's all. So my shooting button is basically the R2 button here, or R1 for me. But for most people, it's R2. And then for aiming, it's just like that. So I'd be like running like that, essentially. It's like a claw, kind of like a panther claw kind of thing, essentially.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And what are your favorite kind of games that you tend to stream and play?
Okay, so I'm going to be a bit, not controversial, but I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to be honest. Originally, it was Apex.
Okay. Yeah.
Originally, it was Apex. I've been playing it for so many years. Then I kind of like took a little step away from it. I've been enjoying a lot of FIFA as of late and mostly Call of Duty. But I've been my most well known is me playing shooter games.
Yeah.
Actually, that's my most well known for is me shooters.
I know that you were very hyped because obviously we were talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on last week's show. And we are going to talk about more of it on this week's show because we said we were splitting up the reviews because technically it's 3 games in this one. And we talked about the campaign. You were like, oh man, I love it. I've been playing it. I'm guessing you've been playing that to death like the last 2 weeks.
Yes, especially the zombies aspect. Zombies wise, I've been absolutely loving it for zombies. Like, I am obsessed with it, really. Like, that's what got me into playing back into COD was because of zombies, mainly. But yeah, I love mostly the zombies. I've been a huge zombie fan since the Black Ops 1 days. So if anyone's a Black Ops 1 fan or the Black Ops fan or World at War, well, mainly Black Ops, like, I've been playing that since just day one kind of thing. I loved it since the beginning, essentially.
So I was going to say, there's loads of people saying how amazing this is that you're playing games with one hand and how you do it. There's loads of people in chat that are commenting on that. And Dave said, so basically Alex plays a lot of games that involve skill, something I have nothing of, and that's why I play RPGs. Because the games that you're playing are very demanding on skill and stuff. So people might say, oh, you're one-handed gamer, so why don't you play cozy games or puzzle games or something that's easy? This is why I've got a lot of respect for you, because you're playing stuff that you would probably play far better than. I know Dave's joking there, but I'd probably play COD and you would whoop my ass on it. I can guarantee that, right? So you got skills, dude. Seriously, and this is where massive respect comes to you for this.
I mean, like, you've seen it in action at if anyone was at format for Timeless.
Yeah,
I went back to back on the tournaments, both Tekken and FIFA. And unfortunately, I lost them. I came second in both tournaments. But the fact of the matter is, I think my biggest achievement out of that was the fact that I went into Tekken and faced all the finalists into that last person. I was literally doing a last match, King of the Hill kind of thing. And I sat there and I'm like, I'm exhausted. I wanted to rest. Literally, I went through the quarterfinals. And then next thing you know, they go, you got another person to beat. I end up trying to take that person out. But another person. It was only the last person, the last individual that obviously dethroned me. But I kept going like King of the Hill. I'm like, guys, get me to break for 2 seconds.
You know what? Every time he wanted to try and get to the bar or talk to someone, he was dragged back into that booth to carry on playing in the second, which was hilarious. We were saying earlier, as before we started the show as well, there was guys from StreamSeed that were interviewing everyone. And he was supposed to be interviewed. And bless him, he missed his interview because he was playing the final of the Tekken 8 competition. So I'm so sorry about that, Alex.
No, you're all good. Like, it's all good. Like, I don't mind it. I'm like, at the end of the day, when it came to the event, the Timeless event, I was there to just show off that I can play games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I went into tournaments. Like, everyone I faced, including on like FIFA and stuff like that, they were like saying, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna go easy. I said, don't go easy on me. Give me all you've got. Like, I said this to everyone I've met. Don't treat me like everyone else. Just treat me the same as you. Touch me if you have to. I'd rather get absolutely destroyed by someone than them going easy on me. Nah. Like, I'd rather be humbled than, the opposite way around. But
yeah. There you go. Alexia says, where's the fun in that? I love the fact you challenge yourself. Jesse says, Mag has 2 hands, but only 1 brain cell, so I don't know why Mag doesn't play easier games. I don't know why either. It's beyond me.
Yeah.
I'd have kicked Alex's ass at Tekken. I was an expert button masher. I didn't actually lose. Yeah, but you didn't actually take part either, Dave, and you were there, so there you go. Amanda says, you're amazing. There you go. And Jesse also says, what the fuck is Timeless? Never heard of it. Bit worrying considering you're on the team that organises it, but there you go. Dave says you wouldn't let me. I mean, there was also that. I didn't let him on Tekken. The idea was the people who attended the event and paid for tickets actually got to play the competitions, but there you go.
I mean, if for a random reason, because obviously you got the event in December, if there's a game booth and whatnot, then let's go.
I don't know if Dave's going to be there for that on the 6th of December for the Switch. But if we get you at the main Timeless next year, we can make that happen. We can make that happen.
I don't mind.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, I had to work. Mag's fault. Yeah, so apparently it's me. There you go. He changed it. Oh yeah, he changed. Actually, that wasn't us. The venue changed the date on us. So yeah, but there you go. Loads of people like playing classic arcade so much. Yeah. So actually, that's a good question. So you're playing a lot of modern shooters and action games and fighting games and stuff like FIFA. How do you fare with like classic games and stuff? Do you find you're at a disadvantage, or are you?
It depends on what classic game we're talking about. So, like, for me, if I'm talking about classics, obviously for me it was mostly Crash Bandicoot. If anyone knows that Crash Bandicoot series, like I think it's the remastered version. I played that a few times and whatnot, but I wasn't good at it. Not gonna lie to you, but I think because if it's puzzles and stuff, I struggle with that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like puzzles or like doing like puzzle stuff. My brain just like nah. It's like like I need just something that just like to keep my adrenaline up or anything. Even Phasma, like I've tried Phasma on stream. Can't lie to you, it scared the shit out of me, but I'm loving it.
Yeah,
but yeah, like
that's really cool. Well, do you know what? Kudos to you, sir, for doing this because it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it's fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't say Amanda says puzzles and me don't work. No, there you go. Yeah, Goslo says his favorite is the classic Crash series on the PS1, much better than with good music as well. There you go. But yeah, mate, what you do is amazing. And again, I'm going to say big shout out to you for getting like all the way through the FIFA tournament at the format times timeless event, and then getting into the final of the Tekken 8, mate. And as I said, on a technicality, I'm going to say this now. I think you was robbed on that just because of what the person did, which we talked about at the event. But,
I'm not going to say nothing. I ain't going to call the guy out. I ain't calling the person out.
I'm not going to call the guy out by name or anything. I'm not that. And do you know what? He was over the moon that he won, and it meant a lot to him. And I'm not going to take that away from him.
That's the thing, though. Like for me, if I'd won, if I'm being real, I would have given him the prize.
Yeah.
Because with me, even if I was to win, like I would have gave it to the one I defeated, because I would rather take part and be acknowledged for what I do rather than have the victory and stuff like that. Yeah.
See, this is what makes you just a super fucking great guy, frankly. Isn't it? Look, that's the most amazing attitude ever. There you go. Duchess, hello. How you doing? Great to see you. You talking about my mate Faz? No, not Faz. Faz won the Tekken 8 tournament at Timeless. We are talking about the Tekken tournament at the Format Times Timeless event, which was a different thing. Faz won fair and square at the Tekken 8 at Timeless. I'm not taking anything away from him, and he's a mate. So there you go. Yeah, just in case I end up in the shit and going, oh, Mag's been dissing someone, and it turns out it's the wrong event. And I'm not dissing the guy that won at the event. I'm just saying, considering the amount of skill that Alex has got, in my opinion, I think he deserved to win it. But
MVP.
There you go. I'm going to get fucking cancelled now because of this. I was going to get my torch out and burn me. Thanks. Pitchforks for you. Yeah, no, we're not dissing fans. No. There you go. Shit. Oh, right. Yeah, all the chat basically want to attack me now. Thanks. Oh, my God. Starting shit. Yeah, I know. We're not. Fucking hell. Anyway. So
we had a good run, mate. Had to end at some point.
We had a good run. 4 years of the show. Might as well close it down now. So thanks to Dave. Thanks to our guests. That's the end of the show. Thank you very much. And that's it. Good night. We're not doing that. So,
I was going to get an early night for a show.
I know he was hoping for an early night, but no, that's not happening, folks. We are shortest show ever. Yeah, goes with my height before anyone else gets that joking.
Yeah.
So let's crack on before we get totally cancelled. Shall we do the main show, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do this, folks. And while we're doing that, can I have all of Alex's socials, Twitch channel, and everything in the chat? Please do give him some love. Give him a follow. Make that appear. So there we go. And this is our 191st show, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be talking about the new Life is Strange double exposure. Red Dead Redemption finally comes to PC. Dragon Age Veilguard, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. And as we talked about Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 main campaign last week, we are going to talk about the Zombies mode and multiplayer mode and the reviews that they got as well tonight. So there you go. All Alex's links are in chat. Thank you very much, Dan, for doing that. Go check him out. When do you normally stream, actually, Alex? Before we
so obviously I stream tomorrow 7:30 to about 11:30 tomorrow, and it's also my birthday this week as well. So on Thursday is my birthday. though as well on that one. So
Nice.
I basically stream from Wednesday to Friday, half
Yeah.
11 till midnight, and
Sweet.
then Saturday 1:30 British Standard Time till 6
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening.
There we go. Sophie said, if you're trying to pop a link in the chat,
Yeah.
Alex, just drop it. Like, otherwise, we'll do it. But if it's your links, we've got
Yeah.
that covered anyway, mate. So don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
So that's all good. Hope you have a great birthday. We are actually going to sing Alex
Jesus.
and Will
Jesus.
happy birthday a little bit
worry.
later on because it's also Will's birthday. Alex's is tomorrow, if I've got that right, and Will's
No,
is Thursday.
So my birthday's on Thursday.
Oh, your birthday's Thursday, and I think Will's is
Yeah.
Friday because this was the day after, wasn't it? I think we were saying last night.
Yeah.
Dave says no singing, fuck off, banned. Thanks for warning. We'll get earplugs. We will do it in a bit. Oh no, I got it the wrong way round. Will's is tomorrow, and yours is on Thursday. So we'll do that in a bit. So we'll sing you guys happy birthday in a little bit. But let's crack on with the show, folks. We've got our first game. Here comes the trailer. This is an indie game that was at EGX, but I didn't get a chance to play it. This actually came out the same day as Call of Duty 6 and Sonic and Shadows Generations. This is out on PC, Switch, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5, and this is called Rogue Flight. Let's have a look at the trailer.
It's been 3 years since the world burned. It was Argus, the Watchman system given control of the Solar Defense Force. When it turned on us, there was no warning. The war, such as it was over in less than 3 days. For 3 years, we hid, foraged, and survived before, incredibly, we found the Arrow. In the time before the war, we once relied upon battalions of such craft numbering in the hundreds. And now, our hopes all hinge on the fate of but one. Ago. It won the battle that started with us in 3 days, but the war that started isn't over.
There you go, folks. That is Rogue Flight, which looks pretty cool. It's almost like reminds me of back to some of the anime stuff, but reminds me of some stuff from the 80s and 90s. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, please.
Yes, this is going for a bit of an 80s, 90s anime style to it. It's one of those AI has kicked humanity's ass and we're now trying to fight back. It's a retro style arcade shooter, a bit like the old sort of Star Fox games that you had back on the SNES days.
Yeah.
Very much like that. I did used to like those. This looks pretty cool. It's got some pretty decent music to it, nice looking graphics. So I think if anyone's looking for a throwback arcade shooter, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty sound. Retro. We were talking retro earlier, Alex. Would you give this a go? Retro arcade shooter.
I mean, it actually looks really good, I will say. Like, it reminds me a lot of the like you said, Star Fox and whatnot. It's giving me that kind of vibe of Star Fox and whatnot. So I would actually give this a go. I'm not going to say no because it looks pretty decent from the trailers.
Yeah.
So I'd definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, I like the look of this. I'm a bit gutted now that I didn't get to try this at EGX. It was in the indie section, but there's always someone playing it, and I just didn't get a chance over the 3 days. So I was just like, ugh. And it was funny. It was the first indie game they announced at the show, so I was just like gutted. But fingers crossed. So it was at the show the day it came out, if that makes sense. So there you go. So, folks, for those who don't know the show or have not seen it before, or just need a recap, we don't actually review the games. I scour the internet and take loads of reviews from all over different websites, whether it be IGN, Eurogamer, GameSpot, Metacritic, to name a few, condense them into an average score and take an average score. Now, you may agree with it, you may not, but what we want you to do is have a guess and put it in the chat. And if you get it correct, we will give you a shout out for your channel. He goes, can we just pause the show? I need to go buy this right now. Sorry, time's a constraint, but go buy it anyway. Do it anyway, iQuail. Do it. So we've already got some scores in chat already. Danker says 7.5. John News says 7. I'll come to Alex's score in a minute. Gozzo says 7.5. iQuail says, I think, hit the right button. I think it probably got an 8 though. 3.2 because that's how big Mag is. I don't think she's rating the game. Dave says a 7. Will says a 7. Dave, I'll start with you on this.
I'm going to try an 8 for this one.
Going for an 8. Okay. All right. And Alex, you've said a 7 in chat, haven't you?
Yeah, I'd say like roughly a 7.
Yeah.
I'd give it like maybe like a 7.
Okay. Going for it. It's good. It's nothing amazing, but it's decent.
Yeah, it's literally just like in the middle.
Yeah.
So like half and half.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Flame says 8. I am not going to repeat what Jesse just put in the chat. Again, would get me cancelled. Scorpio says a 6.5. Folks, this is your last chance. Get your scores in the chat. This is Rogue Flight, which came out on the Friday, the 25th of October on PC, Switch, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. And if there are no other guesses, I could tell you, because Mag loves me. So, Scott says 6. Vet Gaming says 7. So got a few. There you go. Also, Shan Imal, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. I could tell you that this got 7.5 out of 10. So both David and Alex are just the either side of it. Just the other side. So very close. But congratulations to Gozzo, who got it right. Glitter Cats, thank you so much for the follow. Well done to Danker as well. Our 2 leading scorers both guessed it right. I don't think there's anyone else. Dave's congratulating himself. Don't know why, because he hasn't got one right yet. But there you go. So well done to you guys. First one right. No, Dave. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Behave you. It's going to be like, it's like bloody Becca all over again, isn't it? So there you go. Again, not reading out what Sophie said. So let's move on. I'm just going to get me in so much trouble tonight. We are fucking hell. I do regret some of my friend choices, but not always. Let's just say that. Now, moving on to Dave's like, nice work. Moving on to our next game. It was nearly 2 years ago that a game came out that I loved and was in my top 5 games of that year, but a lot of people didn't like it, which, you know, I get, that's fair. But this isn't a sequel. However, it is set in that same universe as said game, which is interesting. This came out last Monday, and we didn't have the review scores in time. This is out on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. I want you to try and guess as well in chat what game this was actually tied to, because it's not a sequel, but it's an offshoot. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Redacted. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Oh, another walking meat sack ready for the grinder. Got it.
I know the name of the original game, but only because of the frozen food. They copied and pasted it. So this is similar to like a. Thank you for the PlayStation noise, Dan. By the way, if people don't know what this is an offshoot of the Callisto Protocol.
Oh,
Because it is set on the prison where the incident happens, and of course the monsters are in this game as well as some other key people. So it's not a sequel because it's a very different sequel. But I love Callisto Protocol, and everyone fucking hated it. But this is a very different type of game. But I'm quite interested in this because I did like this. So Dave, tell us more about this one.
Yeah, this one's gone for more of a roguelike feel too. It's a bit like Hades. It's gone for that sort of gameplay style. So you're just playing like a regular prison guard caught up in the all this crap that goes down on the Jupiter's moon Callisto. You're trying to get to the last escape pod so you can get away from the prison. But the one thing it's doing whilst you're playing for the levels is I think 4 other sort of AIs that are trying to escape as well. So you've got to try and trip these other characters up if you like. I think when you sort of finish a room, you can sort of do something to the other characters, sort of slow them down, sort of send a debuff their way. You've got to just try and get ahead of them, make it to the end. But since this is a roguelike game, you're going to end up dying a fair amount because you're going to be pretty underpowered to begin with. But you'll play through, die, then play again, get further, rinse and repeat. You'll keep building your character up as you go along, so you'll end up more powerful, better weapons, better abilities, and things like that. So eventually, you'll be able to make it to the end, see how the story turns out. But yeah, it's an interesting switch from the original Callisto Protocol. Yeah, completely different looking graphical style. You wouldn't really match the two together. It's got quite a nice sort of graphic novel look to it. Yeah, I think it looks interesting in what it's doing gameplay wise. I think there's a good chance this will probably do better than Callisto Protocol will, because these sort of roguelike games like Hades are usually pretty popular. Yeah, do like it.
There you go, Scott dissing Alex in chat there. This is the thing, because I like these roguelike games like this, and I would play this, but obviously it's very different. But I did like the universe that game was set in. I know not everyone liked the Callisto Protocol and had thoughts with it. I loved it. I'm not going to lie, I loved it. But then obviously when Dead Space Remake came out last year, it did piss all over that, unfortunately, and was a far, far better game. And that's me saying something. But I did love it, but it's one of them. So if this is the closest thing I'm going to get to a sequel or more lore from the game, I would play this and I would enjoy this. Alex, your thoughts on this?
I've never played the type of style of that game, so that's also new to me, to be honest.
Okay,
that's quite new to me, but it does look quite interesting to like play and whatnot. Because obviously, like you said, it's like Haze, so I did notice as soon as I see it, I was like, in my head, it's like a similar version to Haze, but like you said, Callisto Protocol, I've never played. I've been told by one of my friends that actually tried that game as well. It's a horror, so. Yeah, I think it's a pretty decent game. I would say give it like an 8, if I'm being honest.
All right, going for 8. We've got some other scores in chat as well. Let's see. Drawn Unicycle going for an 8 as well. Agrees with you. Vet Gaming also. I'll give it an 8. Not normally a fan of these type of games, but I will give this a try. Danker an 8. Everyone's saying 8 on this one. Yeah. Scott 7. Gozzo 8. Scorpio said I'd say a 7.5. Dave, what say you on this one?
I think I'm going to go for I'm going to try 8 again.
Going for an 8. Okay. Go for an 8. Naismith 99. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. All right. Any other folks want to have a guess? Amanda says 8. Chaotic Neutral says 7 out of 10. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Redacted, which came out last Monday on PC, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5 as well. And iQuell says I'm going with an 8 again. So a lot of people going with an 8. And I can tell you that this went to the 6. There you go. Hey. An 8 out of 10. Congratulations. Hey. There you go. So firstly, to our guest, all the shout outs. Go follow his socials, go follow his Twitch channel, go follow everything. There is his shout out. I'll come back to Dave in a minute. You can give Dave a shout out by doing !Dave in chat as well. So there you go. Fair play. But congratulations to all these people. Loads of people got this right. Amanda, well done. Gozzo, Danka, Vet Gaming, Drawn Unicycle, well done to all of you. Go follow all these lovely people as well. Shout outs will be going out while we do this. Now, Dave, gonna get you some shout outs. Dave doesn't stream, so this is the only way that we can give him a shout out. We find different ways to give Dave a shout out. Bearing in mind, I can't spin the chair.
Can't be kicking the dogs, can we?
No. How would you like your first shout out of the evening?
Oh, I think we'll go with one of the suggestions from the chat earlier. Where you hold the one up like Simba from the Lion King.
Okay. Do you want Mojo or Pixie?
I'll go with Pixie.
Pixie.
No, you just need the music for it now. That's
there
all
you
you need. Aww.
It's like the way her tongue just hangs out. Bless her.
She's like, I was asleep. What are you doing?
Rudely awakened for that.
There you go. I can't remember how the song goes, so apologies. That was a terrible version of it. I'll just go try and make it sound like triumphant, like a load of trumpets playing. Look at that song. There we go. Don't worry, Moj. You'll get a turn. Don't worry. Moj will be on there. So there you go. Why can't we spin the chair? I missed that bit because I've got the dogs here and I'll twat them and I don't want to do that. Need to watch The Lion King. I clearly need to watch it again because it's been years and I can't remember how the song goes. Derp. It's Simba. Also, there you go. There you go. Does her tongue not dry up? Weirdly, no. No, she's constantly she does pop it back in her mouth, but a lot of the time she just has it hanging out the side of her mouth. It's the way she is. There you go. So adorable. She's absolutely. They're both gorgeous. I love them to bits. There you go. Well done to everyone that got that one right. We've got some more games coming up. Let's talk some news. I'm not going to read that out either, Jesse. So there you go. Obviously we know that Concord, and we talked about this many a time on the show, was actually the biggest failure of 2024. But some people might not know how much of a failure. So Sony in the last week, middle of last week, has officially actually closed down the studio that made the game. So Firewalk, that made Concord and spent 8 years working on it, Sony has closed it down. Obviously, Sony invested in it. They basically acquired it and everything. And obviously, everyone knows that the game didn't even last more than 11 days until it was taken offline. Obviously, a statement has come out saying, we realized at the time we put a lot of effort into it and love into this game, but we were coming into a difficult market where there's a lot of online shooters and the interest was clearly not there. I think maybe if they'd done it 8 years ago, it might have been, but it means that Firewalk have all gone. Now, some people were saying that obviously the Sony store took it offline. She couldn't even buy it after 11 days and the servers are now closed. People are hoping that maybe in a couple of months' time, it was going to get a resurgence and it was going to come back free to play because it was a £40 game, which was also didn't stick well with people because it could have been a free-to-play game. But they've stated now the studio is shut down. Concord will not return in any shape or form whatsoever. And it has also been stated that that game cost nearly $200 million to make. So it is the most expensive failure of all time. And this doesn't even include the acquisition costs that cost Sony to get the studio, which would have cost even more, and the other advertising and stuff costs that are brought in. So actually the 200 million is just the budget really to make the game in the first place. So actually it's probably way higher than that. But it is technically the biggest failure in gaming in terms of loss. How does this stuff happen? That is a very good question. Reminds me of a game called All Points Bulletin from around a decade ago that came out. I remember that. They tried to make it like the old style retro 80s game, and they brought it out, and it just failed because it was nothing like the old style retro 80s game. But yeah, I remember that. Gaming is evolving so fast nowadays that stuff like this being normalized. I know, for the fact that it was 8 years in the works and it came out at a time when no one wanted this, it's a shame. It's a very shame. So we want to say our condolences to all the people that obviously have lost their jobs at Firewalk, because again, that's another gaming studio gone. And we hope that they can find jobs and work on other projects. But I feel that Sony didn't really give it the love. As Danka said, Sony really didn't give the love to it. And it has now been actually Sony's biggest failure in the history of Sony. So
That's
again,
a bottle and a half. They
yeah.
bottled it so hard, honestly, if I'm being real. They bottled it really badly. I didn't expect it to be that bad. Like, I knew it was shutting down and I knew they were sending out refunds to people, but I didn't expect the whole studio to be completely cut off.
Yeah.
Like, not to mention Sony recently, like they discontinued some of the studios recently as well, if you recall. Like,
yes,
like other studios like London and stuff like that, for example. That's like one example. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they've dropped so much money on it. They've got to stop hemorrhaging any more money on it, haven't they? So it's easier to close it down and save the money from there, unfortunately, regardless of all the jobs they go. It does completely suck for the people who work there. But it's just a shame. I kind of hope it makes Sony rethink a bit on all the live service stuff they were trying to push.
Yes.
Because at one time, before this even came out, they had like 12 live service games in development.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is too many. Quite honestly, there's a big audience for it, but a lot of that audience has already found their live service game. They found it years ago, and they're still sticking with it, like like Fortnite and things like that. Player base that stays high, so why are they going to move to something else?
Not to mention Helldivers as well. That's still standing as well.
Oh yeah,
Helldivers 2. That's a live service game. That's still going.
Yeah,
Apex Legends is a live not a live service game, but like that's still going on as well. You obviously got other games. There's multiple games that are still going. But it's hard for, like, I feel bad for the developers, especially like if they're trying to make a new game and if it's free to play, like even like some of Ubisoft's games as well, like I feel sad for them. I feel bad for them because they're trying to compete with that. Like it's hard for them to compete with it. But it's a difficult market, and the fact they were losing so much money explains why they didn't put it out as a free-to-play start with. They put a £40 price tag because they were like, we've seriously got to claw some money back. And it was taking even longer if it was free-to-play with microtransactions, I guess. So, it's a shame. There's been a lot of instances like this. And now, funny enough, iQuail said they're supposed to be bringing out a Concord episode in this gaming anthology series that got out for the summer. If that's episode, I don't think that episode will be shelved. According to Danka, they're still going to show it. So that'll be the last Concord thing you see. There's a whole episode dedicated to Concord. So that'll be the only content you probably will get, because all that stuff's already been filmed and done and it's out before Christmas. So they're not going to remove an episode because it wouldn't make any sense. But that'll be the last bit, like nail in the coffin, unfortunately. It's just RIP, if I'm being honest. Like I feel bad for the people that made Concord, like the staff and everything like that, because they put their heart and soul into it. And then obviously it didn't work out the way they wanted, and like obviously now they have to like go find other like departments and stuff. Like I hope Sony does like try and like help them, say like, okay, they may have fumbled this bit, but we'll try and get you in another studio, like transfer from studio to studio, instead of like leaving them to defend for themselves, which I hope those companies actually do, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Yeah. Grand Designs at 4 says, in contrast to live service, we'll just put the bad taste in my mouth, like Avengers, Anthem, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Evolve. So those are the ones that have not survived.
Yeah.
But there are ones that you said have survived. Again, another success story, Sea of Thieves will be coming up to its 7th year. But I think the problem with those is the ones that didn't do well were badly thought out games in the first place, like Concord. It wasn't anything that wanted. The ones that like Apex and other live service games that do well are constantly evolving, constantly changing, constantly well promoted as well.
Yeah.
Concord, no one knew about it until about 2 months until it was due to come out.
Yeah.
And this is another factor why it died on its arse, because when it come out, that was that initial reaction of, oh, this looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing. This is great. Oh, it's a live service thing that's just like Overwatch 2. Oh, crap. And interest just dropped. Oh, and it's out in 2 months. So it again, we hope that the people do get into the right place. I know some of the studios are helping people to get other jobs, but not all studios are doing that. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Live service games need something that makes it stand out. Exactly. So
exactly.
We are very sad to see that this has happened. And we hope that we, you know, going up to Christmas, we don't want any more blooming studios going under. It's just been nothing but for the last 2-3 years of this, and especially talking about this on this show. But there you go. There you go. So unfortunately, Concord is now officially dead and buried. Let's move on to our next game. This is the 4th game in the series, but technically the 5th game, if this makes sense. It will make sense. I will be streaming this at the end of this month. I'm very much looking forward to this. This came out last Tuesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And this, folks, is Life is Strange Double Exposure. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
Have you ever tried not being so goddamn nosy?
If we can find her killer here, we can stop it from happening again.
You have to help me.
No, never again.
Max, come back.
I'm going to fix this. Trust me.
So, folks, this is the 4th game, but there's been 5 games because it was a prequel. But this is the 3rd game to feature this character, if I've got that correct. And we are returning back to the original character from the first game, Max Caulfield, in a brand new Life is Strange adventure. So, Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, because it's not really a repeat of the first game, is it? It's something a bit different.
Yeah. It's got the original characters, you mentioned, Max Caulfield. And this is following one of the possible endings from the first Life is Strange game. So for people who got like other endings, you'll see that won't be reflected in here. This one is picking up a number of years after the original one. Max is at a different university now, but she finds one of her friends murdered one night at the university, and she tries to use her time rewind power, which she hasn't used for a long time, but she finds that that power has left her. Instead, she seems to have a power to rip open gateways to an alternate reality where her friend is still alive, which then gives her the chance to try and figure out who murdered her, because it seems that murderer will strike again, in the alternate reality. So this is a nice sort of murder mystery adventure game. If you play any of the other Life is Strange games, you know that they're generally sort of episodic in structure. Yeah. So whilst this is like a complete game that comes out at launch, it's still split into little episodes within the game itself. And so you'll meet various people on this campus to help them out. Whilst you're trying to solve this main murder mystery, you'll be jumping in and out of the realities to solve puzzles between the two. I think it looks pretty cool. I've played most of the Life is Strange series. Never played Life is Strange 2, but I've played all the other ones.
Okay, yeah.
And I've generally enjoyed the other ones, so this is on my radar to get at some point. I might put it on my Christmas list, see if Santa will bring it me. Yeah. I just find it's quite cool. Yeah, they've usually got some good music too. They've usually got like a good story, good dialogue, decent characters. They're usually just good bit of fun. Yeah, if you're looking for sort of a decent adventure game, this should scratch that itch, I'd reckon.
Okay. I'm looking forward to playing this. So I've played some of the Life is Strange. I have the only one I've not played is the last one, True Colors. That's the only one I've not played.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, so I want to play this. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We will be streaming this at the end of this month. So really looking forward to it. Alex, bit of a murder mystery, bit of a puzzle game, something a bit different for you. Would you give this a try?
I would. I actually would. I've never played the Life is Strange game. I know of it, of the series. I never played it though, but I know of the series and everything like that. I've seen the series and seen how it plays out, and it looks really interesting. And if I learned one thing from movies, you don't want to mess with top on it timeline because it usually doesn't. It goes on its head.
So
I understand where they're coming from with it and everything, but you can't change the past. That's the thing. I understand. Like, it will drive me insane when if I ever do play it, because I'm one of the things to be like, I understand you're grieving and you're trying to like go back in the past and stuff, but could that affect the current one that you are? Do you know what I mean? Like let's say someone she changed something. What happens in a main timeline that she has?
Yeah.
So if I were to play it, I'd be asking those questions.
Which is cool. And I think this is one of the things, because they said if she still had her same powers that she had in the first game, this game would only be about 3 minutes long because she'd be able to serve the murder. So that's why they've gone down a different route, which I think is interesting. There you go. Let's have a look what scores we've got. We've got quite a range of different scores. Manic said 7 mystery adventures out of 10. Danka says 7.5. Scott says 8.5. Vet Gaming says 6.5. Gozzo said 7.5. Alexia says 8. Atomic Moonchild says 8, and she adores Life is Strange games. Drawn Unicycle 8. Flame 7.5. Vet Gaming says only reason I'm giving a 6.5. There's a lot of sorry, I said 8.5. Sorry, my apologies. 6.5. There's a lot of mystery puzzle solving games around at the moment. That's fair. Not really my thing, but I think these games are popular. An 8.5 maybe. Amanda saying an 8.5. I will start with Alex this time. What do you reckon this has got?
Knowing that I've seen stories about this game and it's got high ratings, I'm probably gonna give it maybe an 8.5, a 9. So I'm like in the middle, kind of like middle ground. Just
which one are you gonna go for?
8.5. I'll give 8.5. Just to be in the middle aspect of it.
All right.
It looks one of them games to where it reminds me of Telltale, if that makes sense. If anyone's played any Telltale games, that's what it's given me. So I would definitely say 8.5, everything like that. So yeah, all right. 8.5 for me.
8.5 for you, locking that in. Dave, what say you? Because Will says it's going to be a 9.
I'm going to try a 7.5.
7.5. Okay, so slightly lower. Okay, so I'll see. Okay, folks, this is your last chance. Get your scores in. This came out last Tuesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And this is Life is Strange Double Exposure. And I can tell you, if no one else is going to put it in the chat, that this got...
yeah.
8. Oh,
8. So we've done it again. We're in between what both of you said.
Oh my!
So
no.
Yeah, some people I think on Metacritic it was like a 7.5. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. And there was a couple of others that were it was all sort of around. So it's kind of floating around, but most of the reviews were getting smack banging 8 around there. So it averaged out at an 8. So Chaotic Neutral, congratulations for getting it right. Well done. Well done. Who else got it right? Who else said 8? Drawn Unicycle. Well done. Moonchild, congratulations for getting it right as well. So go follow all these wonderful people. Please do give them a follow because they take the time to come and watch this wonderful little show that we put on. And this show wouldn't happen without you lot. So go give them a follow and go follow those channels as well. Greatly appreciate it. Moving swiftly on. We talked about this as a news story a couple of weeks ago. And people were like, it's about time this is happening. And it happened. Literally, last Tuesday, Red Dead Redemption finally came to PC. And people were like, I thought it was already on PC. Believe it or not, no. So check this out. Here's the trailer for the release of Red Dead Redemption.
Hello, old friend. It's been a long time.
This country is infested with all manner of scum.
Good day, sir. Madam. Now I'm in charge. Enjoy life. It's a beautiful struggle.
So there you go, folks. Not only do you get the original game, but you also get the Undead Nightmare DLC thrown in as well. So Red Dead Redemption finally gets its PC release. Glad it's there, but is a bit pricey, says Danko. Well, Dave, you can tell us about that, no doubt.
Yeah, can do. So yeah, this is about 14 years late getting here for the PC. But well,
yeah,
better late than never, I guess. And at least it's the main game and its DLC. The main game's pretty good. I played that donkeys years ago when it was originally out on the I think it was the Xbox 360, wasn't it? It was originally out on PS3 back in the day. It was a good open world game at the time. Good story, good characters. Looked good graphically for the time. I think now since we've had Red Dead Redemption 2 and other games since then, this is starting to look a little bit dated.
Yeah,
some aspects of it can still look quite nice. Some of the the scenic views still look pretty good, but other parts of it, definitely showing their age now. Since I brought it to PC, there's a few little bits they spruced up for the PC package. You can have better resolutions. It's got high dynamic range lighting, support for ultra wide monitors, that sort of stuff. General PC stuff is there just to get a bit more out of it. But it is still that old game. The Undead Nightmare part, I never got around to playing way back when. It always looked quite cool because it's just just taking the open world from the main game, but just full of zombies, throwing another sort of decent story to it, and just letting go to town trying to save people from the zombie hordes. So I think it looks pretty good. But as has been commented, probably a bit overpriced considering the age of the game. I think it's about £40-50 depending on what store you're buying it on. If it was 20, I probably wouldn't have too much of a problem with it. But I think the 40-50 does feel a bit expensive. But well, it's Take-Two, and they're not exactly known to be generous with their game titles.
There you go. One-handed gamer, Red Dead Redemption, 14 years after it came out, finally lands on PC.
Everyone's probably gonna hate me for this, but I never played a Red Dead Redemption game. I've played the GTA games.
I haven't played them. Don't worry.
I've played the GTA games from Rockstar, but I've been told numerous times from people that my friends have told me, like especially one of my friends that lives up north, he told me that Red Dead Redemption 1 was the best one over 2. So it looks good. It looks very, very good and everything. Like you said about the graphics, I do agree with that. Everything like I did see like bits of it, like cutscenes of Red Dead Redemption, like that, and it does, like I said, looks a fantastic game. So honestly, I think like you said with the price and whatnot, when I heard you say about £40 or something like that, I'm like, shouldn't it not be added to, like, let's say for example you got the original one and you got that for free, like most like remasters, like £40 a little bit, I mean, you get it for DLC, I get that point, but it's a little bit much, right?
Yeah, it does seem a bit pricey. We'll have to see if that's affected the scores or not on this. Let's see what people are scoring it. Vet Gaming says a 9, hands down, and Scott says it's got to be a 9.5. Danka says an 8. Gozzo says an 8. So chat, get your scores in. Again, I tell you what, we'll start with you, Alex. What do you reckon this got?
Just because of all the hype, I would say a 9. Straight up a 9. It has to be like at least like a high rate. So I'd say a 9. I give it a 9.
Okay, going for a 9 there. Flame is going for an 8. Drawn Unicycle says 7. Moonbeard says a rooting, tooting, pointing, shooting gets an 8. Love it. Matt says a retro 7.5. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try an 8.5 for this one.
8.5. Okay. Chaotic Neutral says 7 due to the price. Icon said this is hard as it's bare bones port of a game that's almost 15 years old. I think this might be lower than the original series. Maybe an 8. Maybe. Folks, this is your last chance. This came out last Tuesday on PC. And yes, this is Red Dead Redemption. Hello, Ems. Good evening. How are you? She said an 8. Just throwing in an 8. We're talking Red Dead Redemption. Manic says an 8 as well. Last chance to get your scores in for Red Dead Redemption, which is finally out on PC after 14 years. And if there is no one else, the price will probably affect the score. So, well, we shall see. Because let's see what this got. Wait. It got an 8 out of 10.
I never get these right, man. One up or anything, man.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So a lot of people got this right. It would have been a 9 out of 10, but I think this, it did got priced down, scored down because of the price a little bit. For a 14-year-old game at 40 quid, a little bit pricey. But there you go. So well done, everyone. A lot of people got this right. Manic Ems, who literally just turned up and guessed it. Flame, well done. Gozzo got it right. Danka got it right. Well done. Anybody else? Dave, did you get it right? What did you say, Dave? I've forgotten already.
I said 8.5 and
8.5. You were close, but no cigar, as they would say. So there you go. Well done, everyone that got it right. Shout out to Moonchild in place of me, please. I'm sure he can sort that out. I'm sure Dan can sort that out for you. So don't you worry. So there you go. There you go. Red Dead Redemption on PC walks away with an 8 out of 10. Now, let's talk about some more gaming news. Now, this is an interesting one. So, couple of games that we are expecting in the future. Now, one of these we did talk about because at the time when we did the show back in January, we were told this would have a 2024 release date. And this is Insomniac's Wolverine.
Ooh,
but obviously,
okay.
we've got no release date for it. So in the 50 games to look out for, it will probably be in next January show in 50 games to look out for. Let's hope it's not Suicide Squad again, where we mentioned it for 3 years on the trot. But work is still being done on that game, and we do not have a release date. However, creative director for the Wolverine game has left.
Oh, no.
And has now gone to work for Xbox to work on the 2026 released game Perfect Dark.
Nah.
So, Brian Horton is his name, and he has left as creative director for Wolverine and gone to move to that. However, there are a number of creative directors that have been brought in who worked on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which was a fantastic game and in my top 5 games year when it came out. Blimey, 3 years ago? Maybe 4 years ago now, actually. And they are now working on the Wolverine game, Insomniac. So work is still being done. It's not being cancelled, but we have no date for Wolverine. But at least we do know that in 2026, we should be getting the reboot of A Perfect Dark, which we actually saw some gameplay of earlier this year. So there you go. Woo! We're getting a new Perfect Dark. Oh my gosh. Says, there you go. Thoughts on this? Should we be worried for Wolverine or not too worried?
I doubt it. It's one person in what is undoubtedly a huge team making the game. I think he left a long time ago. I think it's probably a year or so ago. It's just been reported now. So it's just one man getting a new job at a different place. I don't think it's anything to do major, really. I've considering what we've seen from Insomniac, their output on the PS5. I think we're all pretty hopeful for Wolverine, whatever it turns out to play like. I'm just kind of hoping that the new Perfect Dark turns out well. Because we saw some gameplay, but it still wasn't a huge amount.
It wasn't a lot, no.
Considering the last game in that series was awful back on the 360. I don't know. Really waiting to see what that turns out to be. So hopefully, if he's a good creative director, hopefully he'll have some good input on the Perfect Dark and make it decent.
I'm quite hyped for both, I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to both of these, and I do hope they're really good. Vet Gaming says, like you say, small cog in a big machine. So there you go. Alex, excited for either Perfect Dark or the Wolverine?
Ooh, so as a Marvel fan myself, and I've gotten all the Spider-Man games from Insomniac, I'm actually very hyped. I'm actually excited for it.
Yeah.
My only thing that I'm worried about, and I've mentioned this on stream a few days back, me and Scott have spoken about this on stream, is that I feel like, what's the word? I feel like I don't want it to become the same fate as what Spider-Man 2 happened. So as in, they have all these planned DLC and it just doesn't, go through.
Yeah, because we're not getting any DLC for Spider-Man 2 now, apparently.
Yeah, we're not getting any DLC for Spider-Man 2, which is absolutely appalling in my opinion.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm as a long time Spider-Man fan and everything like that, and I like the Spider-Man games myself, everything like that. It's just it hurts.
Yeah.
Because obviously Insomniac do really good games, everything like that, and I think Spider-Man 1, 2, and Miles Morales, all three of them were good in their own respective rights. Like own respected rights, and it's like I'm gutted the fact that we couldn't get a DLC to see what happens with all the the post-credit scene and stuff. We don't get to see that.
Yeah.
And everything. It's like they sent it off too early, or they just it's a shame. And I don't want Wolverine to have the same fate as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it might do the same thing. Because obviously creative directors do leave and whatnot, but it also gives them a little hope to have someone new, maybe a new story. We might have like a Logan-esque kind of story, like from the films in Logan.
Yeah.
We don't know. It all depends on what Insomniac does, but I just hope they make the right choice. And I'm just hopeful. I'm really trying to be hopeful as much as I can. I'm trying to be so hopeful because I heard as well. I know obviously this is a different subject. I also heard they're making a Black Panther sequel as well, a Black Panther game.
There's a Black Panther and Captain America game, isn't there?
Yeah. And there's like a standalone Black Panther game that EA is developing. As a long-time Black Panther fan, I honestly hope they get it right. I just hope they get all these games right because, not to a point where it's like, oh, the poor acting, not that. It's more of like the story and all that stuff, which they know they've done well. I just don't want them to fumble it, or bottle it, essentially. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. I hope this is going to be one of these ones where these two games work out really well, and fingers crossed, this won't change anything in that respect. Obviously, we've seen some gameplay from Perfect Dark. We haven't seen any gameplay. We've only had that trailer with Wolverine sitting at a bar, which isn't a gameplay trailer. So we'll have to see. But hopefully we'll get more news next year. And no doubt that will feature in our 50 games to look out for in 2025 because it didn't feature it featured in this year's show at the start of the year, but it never came out. So we shall see. There you go. Let's move on. This is the first of 2 remaster games that we are going to talk about. This I very much love back on the days of the Xbox 360. This came out last Wednesday on Switch, PC, Xbox Series X, S1, PS4, and PS5. And we did talk about a couple of weeks ago the Lollipop Chainsaw game that got the remaster from Suda51. But this game came before that. And I actually think this is a more superior game from Suda51. This is Shadows of the Damned Hella Remastered. Let's have a look at this.
How is your dear sweet home? No.
What the shit is that?
This is your barrio, right, Johnson? Then you can be my tour guide.
Before you die, demon scum, I will carve my name in your flesh. That name is Garcia, Hotspur, Hunter of Demons, and slayer of pendejos like you! Now that is a big boner.
I knew you had to get that in. It's the name of the gun before anyone says it. It's called the Big Boner because it's made of skeleton. Anyway, I loved this game when it first came out, and was quite excited to hear that when they were doing this. It's not something I would rush to get because I played this game to death on the 360, but I'm glad they are doing a remaster. But looking at the trailer, I'm like, okay, so they've added some new modes and some new things, but doesn't really look that well remastered to me. I'll be honest. It looks like what it looked like on the 360. So I was a bit like, whereas Lollipop Chainsaw, they seem to have massively upgraded that and make that look very different. I was a bit like, oh, with this one. So, Dave, tell us about this. Have they basically just done a port? Because
it does look like it's perhaps a bit of a lower budget compared to Lollipop Chainsaw. Because I think graphically it's it's just had a bit of a sort of resolution increase to make it look better on 4K monitors, but it doesn't look like they've really done a huge amount of changes like the artwork or anything like that. So it's still the game that everyone remembers from way back when on the 360. I was thinking actually, I think I might have brought you your 360 copy for one of your birthdays.
Do you know what? You might have bought. I think you did buy it for my birthday one year. It was brilliant. Loved it. Yeah, played the shit out of it.
I never played this one. I can't say it really grabbed my attention back in the day. It's just a pretty much balls to the wall action game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going into the underworld to rescue your kidnapped girlfriend Paula, who's been taken by the law of the underworld for whatever reason. But balls to the wall action game. Plenty of dick jokes in there. Plenty of lowbrow humor for anyone who likes that. I think the gun's called Johnson, isn't it?
It is. Your talking gun is called Johnson. Mm-hmm. Yes. So there you go. That says it all. Really.
Plenty of dick references in there. So
yeah.
There we go. It is that type of game.
It is the very lowbrow humour. Yeah.
Only 20 quid, as I quite just mentioned on the on Steam at least. Anyway, so that's not too bad really for this sort of game as a remaster.
Okay. Did you ever play this, Alex? First time around, or have you ever heard of it, or is this the first time you've seen it?
First time I've ever seen it.
Your impressions?
Honestly, I'm speechless. You may have saw my reaction on the camera of the thing, but I was like, whoa. But it looks, I don't know what to say other than it's one of them games where it's very comedic. Like you said, it's got a lot of like penis jokes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I would say the graphics are a little bit not so great, but when I play it, not so much.
Okay. That's fair. Anyone who likes this sort of thing, I say go try. I'm probably not going to play this again because I got it there from your 360 down on the shelf. So I'm like, there's no appeal to me to get it. And because I played it to death multiple times, I'm just like, back in the days where you could play a game in a month and complete it multiple times, unlike most games these days, where you play it once and you're like, shit, now I've got to get to this 50 game backlog. So it's one of them. Let's see what people are saying. Let's have a look at the scores. Vet Gaming says 7.5. Scott says a 7. Dave Johnson says 7.5. Danker's like, ooh, maybe a 7. Moonchild says a 7. Alexia says 7.5. Gozzo says 7. Manic says 8. Jordan is like, maybe an 8. It's like Devil May Cry with penis guns. Exactly that. Facts. Yes, penis guns. M says 7.5. Legendary JL, hello, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you. 7 out of 10. Flame, 7. This should be a 10, but will probably be a 7.5. Dave, let's go with you. What do you reckon this is going to be?
I'll go for a 7.
Going for a 7. Alex?
7.
Going for a 7. Chat, last chance. This is Shadows of the Damned, Hella Remastered, which came out last Wednesday on Switch, PC, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, PS4, and PS5. Amanda's going for a 6.5. He says, I pop out for 5 minutes and I missed the penis gun jokes. Yes, Jesse. Sorry, you did. Sucks to be you. There you go. Let's have a look. What did this get, folks? Let's go. 7 out of 10. Yay! Yeah, do not suck the penis guns. It will have bigger consequences for everyone. Yes. Guaranteed to blow your brains out in more ways than one. Here we go. So please go follow Alex. All his socials are there. His Twitch, his YouTube, his TikTok, his Insta, his Twitter. There's also the Twitch link there, and also his clothing line.
Which
go
is,
his clothing.
Which is right here as well.
There you go. The one-headed gamer logo right there.
There you go.
Go check it out if you fancy buying some merch from Alex. Go do it. Look, you got double shout outs. They're chucking it. Love the guns, says Iquel. Love the guns. Well done to everyone else in chat who got it right. Dave, how do you want your shout out?
Oh, I think you need to disturb Mojo now, don't you? It's his turn. So do you want to grab him and do a walk on from the side with him?
Right, go on then. Right, you ready, bud? Oh, he wants a belly rub first. I've got to give him a belly rub. Hang on.
That sounds fair enough.
Yeah,
right, here we go.
We like the belly rubs.
Let's see some Mojo emotes in the chat, folks. Let's go for it.
Oh.
Right, we'll bring him on.
Oh, no.
Are you ready, Dave?
Go for it, mate.
Okay. Go on, Moj. Let's go. Dave!
Very nice.
Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Oh, hello, bud.
Oh,
look at him. He's happy as Larry. Look, whenever he's in camera, he smiles. So, like, look at him. He's smirking. He's always so happy. Thank you, buddy.
It's cute. Sod that one.
He's brilliant. I love him. Yeah, it's hello.
I want to cuddle him.
He's waving at you, Alex. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, he's falling asleep. He's falling asleep, buddy. Yeah. Should go back to bed. Well done. He says, well done, Dave. He just whispered that in my ear. There you go. Well done. There you go. Back to sleep, buddy. He goes, right, brilliant. That's his 5 minutes of fame. There you go. Poppers. Oh, my God. Everyone in chat's going mad over Mojo. It's fantastic. There you go. She's like, my heart. Poppers. Oh, my God. It's my time to say hello, everyone here. Yes. Yes, it is. Doggos. Yes. Always looks happy. Yes, indeed. There you go. That is our channel mascot. Channel mascot there. Mojo. There you go. So there you go. Right. Moving on to our next game. Big game that everyone is very, very excited for. And I was talking to someone who was putting a lot of hours on this on the day of release that it came out. Also, I know that Simran, who we had on the show a couple of weeks back from Format, was like, this is going to be his game of the year. He was so excited and so hyped for this. So this came out on Halloween, which was last Thursday, on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, folks. And this is Dragon Age Veilguard. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Events are weaving together quickly. The fate of the world shall be decided soon.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade.
2 ancient elven gods. They were horrific tyrants. The worst is still coming. Unless we stop them.
Artifacts that have been dormant for centuries are awakening.
Shut it down!
I'm trying!
The dead stir more easily than they should.
There! It's been feeding on the blight!
The streets of Treviso get more dangerous by the day.
They're gods. I can feel their corruption.
The cult's gathering power. Darkspawn are charging to Weishaupt.
You're the only force that can stop this. But not if they burn your castle to the ground. Get down!
It will not be easy. But you are this world's only hope.
I believe in all of us.
There you go. That is Dragon Age Veilguard, which came out on Halloween, and a lot of people have been hyped. That's how high I'm going to go with that, with this game. There you go. Dark Siren, hello, how are you? Thought I'd just pop in as I'm going to sleep. Seems like a decent game, to be honest. Yes, it is. How are you? How are you, Simon? Great to see you. Dave, tell us more about this, because we've been waiting quite a few years for a new Dragon Age game, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been 10 years since Dragon Age Inquisition and its DLC. I think the storyline in this one tends to follow on from, I think it was a Trespasser DLC, especially the actions of like one of the characters from that. So even though it's been like a 10-year wait for the story, I think they've still managed to do like a bit of stuff to sort of help onboard newer players to the franchise. So it doesn't matter too much if you haven't played the previous ones. I think you can pick some choices to try and say what would have happened if you had played the previous games. You'll have a catch up. Of course, there's plenty of YouTube videos. It would catch you up on the storyline anyway if you did need a bit more. But yeah, people are finally back in the world of Dragon Age. A lot of people do seem to be pretty excited about this one. I've seen a mix of sort of commentary about this one. A lot more people seem to praise it than be a bit negative about it.
Yeah.
What I sort of do pick out with some sort of the more informative negative ones is that the tone of the game seems to be getting a bit lighter as it's gone along across the series. So this one kind of sounds like it's a bit more sort of Marvel level of tone to the game.
Okay.
So, not too dark and gritty like the series originally was back in Dragon Age Origins. Just a bit more that sort of Marvel level of fun. I think whilst you got these bad elven gods trying to destroy the world, you got your quippy sidekicks there to help lighten the tone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Graphically, I think it looks pretty decent. I think some people aren't too taken to sort of more comically stylings of the characters. They look a little bit Pixar-y in some respects, but still not bad. I think the combat looks like it should be pretty decent. Again, I think with the way the game's changed over the years, it's gone more away from being a full-on RPG. It's more of an action game now with RPG elements. So you still get to do some control of your other characters in the battles. You can pause and bring up a tactical menu and calling your teammates to do like their particular moves in the fight. So you've got all that sort of stuff, which has been around for a while. So yeah, it still looks all right. Not my series, never played them. I've always been more of a part of the Mass Effect series that BioWare do, so I'm eagerly awaiting the next one of those. But I think for Dragon Age fans, this looks like it should be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Worth, the 10-year wait at least. Anyway,
fingers crossed. I mean, we'll talk more BioWare in our next news story, so this hands over quite nicely. But yeah, a lot of people were hyped, I think, for this. As you said, I did see there were some negative reviews for this, but it seems to be better good reviews than not.
Yeah, more positivity than negative.
Yeah, which is good. Alex, your thoughts on this one?
Ooh, I never played a Dragon Age game, so I actually don't know what it's all about.
Okay.
But in terms of the trailer wise, that looks really well done. Very, very well done, I think. So yeah, I've never played a Dragon Age game, everything like that. I think it's I don't know what the category is. I think it's RPG. I think someone will tell me in chat what kind of category it is. But it looks really well done. Like, I love the fact the story as well. Like, I love when companies like put in like the story bits of the story in, like for the cinematics and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shame we don't see any gameplay on that trailer, to be fair. We don't see any gameplay on that one. That's a bit of a shame. But though, from judging by the way the trailer is like performed, it looks promising.
Yeah. I think it could be cool. Okay. All right. We've got some scores in chat already, so let's have a look. And the scores are coming in are high. So let's have a look. Vet Gaming said 9.5. John New says, I've heard great things about this so far. 9. Dave Johnson, 9. Danka, I want to say 8.5, but I know some have not been praising this around down to an 8. Atomic Moonchild, 9. Alexia, 9. Dark Siren said 8. Legendary JL, 9. Ems, 8.5. Gozzo, 8. iQuail, 8.5. Flame, 7.5. Will, 7.5, which reminds me, we've still got to sing you guys happy birthday, so we'll have to do that after this. So hang about for that. Manic, 8. Dave, I'll go with you again to start with. What do you reckon this got?
I'm going to go for an 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
Ooh.
Alex, I get the feeling that was what you were going to say then, because you just
can have it as well.
I was going to do that, but I might go with an 8, to be honest with you.
All right. as you've seen, you can have the same scores. It does work. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, okay.
Go with 8.
And an 8.5 from Dave. Folks, this is your last chance. Get your scores in chat. This came out last Thursday. This is Dragon Age Veilguard, which is out on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Scott says, I'm feeling an 8 as well. Okay. All right. And if that's the case, let's see what it got.
Wait, 7. What we got 7.5.
Oh, wait, Matt,
yeah.
thank you. Oh, you look, you're on the ball. Cheers, Alex. 7.5 from Matt. Well, allow that in. Okay, here we go. 8.5.
Oh, I knew I should have gone with that. I know it.
I can't accept Gozzo's score because it came in after the thing, and Gozzo did say 8 originally. So sorry, Gozzo, you didn't get that right, mate. I'm sorry to say. But Dave, well done. You got that right. Let's see who got this right. Gozzo's like, that's fine. Don't worry, mate. You've been a couple of seconds. If we'd done a bit more, we might have allowed it in. But just iQuail, well done. You got it right. Ems, well done. You got it right. I think that's everyone I see. If I missed anyone, my apologies. But there you go. Manic's like, damn it. So close. So close. But there you go. Dave, how would you like your shout out?
Have you got room there to hide behind the chair with one or both of the dogs?
No, because their beds are there.
You can't do that. Can't spin. You've done the walk on.
What about the curtains? What about the curtains?
I can't do anything with that. I don't know. I can't jump behind the curtain. I'll break the window.
Just show us a random dog. That will do.
They're both asleep. I'll tell you what. I'll do something totally random because we didn't do anything for Halloween last week.
Oh,
Dave!
Oh, that's horrific.
No.
That was the tat I got from the pound shop that we never used on last week's show.
I hope they didn't scare the dogs.
They're still asleep.
Careless.
They didn't give a shit. Mojo was like, what the fuck was that? Sorry, dude. There you go. Anyway, I think he thought it was food, but there you go. He can't eat. Let the dogs sleep tonight. They will sleep tonight. Don't you worry. They're all right. They're absolutely fine. They stay up until about 2 o'clock in the morning with me anyway, and then they make the guarantees they sleep. They don't woke me up in the middle of the night. You let them go to bed at 9 o'clock. They're getting you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I've got that. There you go. I just dropped my deck. Danker's like, damn it.
Yeah.
I just scared the shit out of him. So there you go. So there you go. 8.5 for Dragon Age Veilguard. Now, what we are going to do very quickly before we move on to our next story is Will, i.e. Ghost Carrot, and it's birthday tomorrow. And obviously it is Alex's birthday on Thursday. So please do sing along with us as we attempt to sing this very badly. This always goes wrong. As we sing, right? Here we go. Dave, just follow my lead on this. I'm sorry about this in advance. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Will and Alex. Happy birthday to you.
I can't go as high as you.
No, it's only.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Honestly, appreciate that.
You're welcome. We can't do it how we normally do it, which is absolute chaos when I normally do it on a normal stream with the lights flashing.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
We thought that would.
I'll take it. I'll take anything.
We hope that you have both have fantastic birthdays this week, and thank you for everything you do and tuning in. You guys appreciate it. So from that chaos, Jesse says, "I quit." I don't blame you. Davey's beating you. How does someone so short go so high? Wouldn't you like to know? That was so bad, it's knocked out the Wi-Fi on my laptop.
Oh, no.
So, obviously, Dragon Age Veilguard just got an 8.5 on the show. And BioWare have needed a bit of a win for a while because recently their track record hasn't been that fantastic because obviously BioWare did make fantastic games. But then we had such games as Anthem, which was a huge flop. Obviously, they did Mass Effect Andromeda, which was kind of okay. Even Dragon Age Inquisition, people said was okay. It was good. I enjoyed it. I did play that. But it was okay. So they've been looking for a win, and they pretty much got it with Dragon Age Veilguard. So much so that actually it has beat their most successful recent game, which was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So when that launched last year, just on Steam, that had just under 68,000 players on day one. And Dragon Age Veilguard, just on Steam alone, has had over 70,000 players. So this is definitely been as a success on launch. So they basically also, it's got over an 80% user rating on Metacritic. So people are loving this. So this is doing really good. So my question is, the next thing they have stated that they're going to do is the next Mass Effect game. Can they keep up the good work? That is the question.
Oh, I really hope so. I mean, the one thing that really sort of didn't help Mass Effect Andromeda was all the stuff ahead of launch about like bad animation work and stuff like that. Because some of the characters looked a bit wonky with some of the facial movements and the way that they move within the world and stuff like that, which was getting memed quite heavily before the game came out, which didn't help. Plus, they switched it to like more of a open world structure, and the open worlds weren't that interesting.
Yeah,
to be honest, so that game wasn't a patch on the original trilogy. But with the new Dragon Age coming out, that launched in a really good technical state.
Yes.
No major bugs or anything like that. It was pretty solid on console and PC, which these days is almost unheard of. There's usually some major problems. So it was nice that this one's come out in a good state. It's had pretty favourable reviews. A lot of people are playing it, so it's nice to see BioWare get a win because they've made lots of classic games, and we don't want to see them get closed down by EA for doing badly. So I'm quite glad this is doing well. Even though it's not a game I'm that interested in, I'm glad it's doing well for them because I want them to make the next Mass Effect and make that really good.
Yeah, I think so. I just want to quickly say thank you to two people who've just subbed. Firstly, Professor Stork, much love. Thank you so much. She was on the show literally a month ago. Then she subbed for 22 months. Thank you for that tier 1 sub. Also, one of the OGs, Tunesy. Hello, Tunes. How you doing, buddy? Just resubscribed for 14 months straight. He's done 43 months. He's been subscribing on this channel. So absolutely amazing. So thank you so much to both of you, legends in your own right. Thank you. Alex, you were excited when I mentioned Mass Effect, so you obviously want this to be the next big game.
I do because I haven't played the Mass Effect series, the remastered one yet, because I haven't got around to playing it. Because I like Mass Effect 3. Obviously I've got to play Mass Effect 1 and 2. Let me rephrase that. I like 2 and 3, but it wasn't a fan of 1. But 2 and 3 were the ones that got me okay, I have to play this. But one of my friends, he's in chat. He always tells me, you got to do 1 before you do the others, Alex. You can't just jump it. You can't skip it. And I'm like, please just 1. I just want to go to 2 and I'll play through 2. I want to play 2 so badly, but maybe down the future, I may go back to playing Mass Effect again. Yeah. But I don't know what story they would make, because if anyone's seen the post-credit, like the ending cutscene, you see a certain N7 and a certain someone that goes like that. So could we potentially see, like a passing of the torch kind of thing, the next one?
Possibly.
We will have to see that. I guess we'll have to wait and see see where it goes. But I'm just hearing that. I hope it does well, because if I know one thing about BioWare, they know how to do a lot of and they're well known. Well, in my opinion, they're well known for Mass Effect games.
Yeah, they are.
Minus the new one.
True.
Of course.
I mean, the last one was okay, I think, but but just
it was a perfectly average game.
Yeah.
Just couldn't want to torch the original trilogy.
Yeah. There you go. People didn't want it to be average; they wanted to be something better. So there you go, folks. We're very close to a hype train. Thank you to again Professor Stork and Tunes for those subs. If anyone fancies dropping in another sub or some bits, we will have a hype train and you will get some wonderful emotes. If you feel that we deserve it for doing the work that we do on this channel, there you go. So Dragon Age Veilguard, I'm sure we'll get sales figures and everything. Danka, thank you for the free bits. Greatly appreciate. Oh, I should say free bitties. I'm supposed to say that, aren't I? Free bitties. Thank you, Danka. Not quite enough to push us over the edge, but we're close. There you go. So sure, we will get sales figures and that, and it will be absolutely thing. Yeah, that's not the game we're talking about, Jesse. That's completely different. Again,
that's on your OnlyFans channel, isn't it?
That's on my OnlyFans. Hey, I'm taking a leaf out of our guest last week. We had Jim, and she said she was getting her tits out on OnlyFans, and I thought, well, why don't I do the same? But people aren't paying for these; they don't like them. So sucks to be me. No one wants to see these bad boys. Woo-hoo-hoo, watch them jiggle. Woo-hoo. There you
I'd
go.
rather not.
Yeah,
I want to get some sleep tonight. I don't want nightmares.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to give you nightmares. Sorry. There you go. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. Cancel that hype train. We don't think we deserve it after me doing that. There you go. Let's move on. I said we had 2 games that were remastered tonight, and this one also landed on Halloween, folks. This came out on PC and PS5, and I believe for a $10/£10 upgrade, if you already got on PS4, you could play this. The remaster that no one actually really asked for, but it's one of those. So this is kind of one of those that's divided opinion. We are talking about Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Let me tell you what's out there. Vast reaches of wilderness. Untamed. Majestic. But lethal. If you hunt these wilds, no matter how skilled you are, no matter how clever, you will become the hunted. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
PlayStation. There you go, folks. So this is the remaster of the 2017 game. So in other words, didn't need a remaster. Horizon Zero Dawn. Over to you, Dave.
Yeah, I'm sure we can all agree that there's plenty of other games, older games in the PlayStation catalog they could definitely have done with a remake, because the version of this you can still play on the PC and on the PlayStation 5 for backwards compatibility still look really good. Nothing wrong with it. It just looks good, plays well. But they've done a remaster anyway, so you got to take it as it is. You'll either buy it or you won't bother. But the work they've put into it does look pretty good, actually. If you do watch like a good side-by-side comparison video of what they've done, they've done a massive overhaul to the way the world looks. It just looks denser with more foliage and things like that. The world's a little bit more reactive to you as the character walks through it all. And they've redone a lot of the motion capture for a lot of the cutscenes, because in the original game, that side of it always looks a little bit stilted, never looked particularly good. They've completely redone all that, so that looks a lot better, and they've brought it all visually and playability wise a lot closer to Forbidden West, the sequel.
Right, yeah.
So it's nice you've now got the 2 games that visually look and play kind of the same. So that's quite cool. As to whether you want to pay the money for it, everyone's going to make their own choice. I mean, £50 if you've never played it probably isn't too bad, but at least if you have played it and just want to have a quick look at the visuals, there is a £10 upgrade. So that's all right. So, I mean, I can't say I'm going to go back to it. I played for it once, really enjoyed the story. Took a while for the story to get going, from what I recall. But once it got going, it was really good, and it kept me going through the game. I thought that was the best part about the story was that good to me. But as I say, I've already played that and experienced that story, so I've personally got no reason to go back and start it from scratch, because I think I left a load of open world activities uncompleted in the first game. But I thought the open world stuff was a bit average. I remember there'd be like human camps you could go and or bandit camps you go and liberate. They weren't particularly interesting. The AI was a little bit wonky for those, so I left like stuff like that, on the side. But just a remaster wouldn't compel me to go back and do any more of that stuff. So I say it looks nice. They've done some good work to it, but it still does feel a bit unnecessary, really.
Yeah,
there's better choices they could have gone for remakes.
So I've not played either of these games. Ironically, I mentioned about this. I said I would not pay for an upgrade. I didn't like the way they took this off the PlayStation Store. So it meant that the only version you can now buy is the new version. That kind of pissed me off. But ironically, when I got my PS5, they had the Classics collection, which they've now since removed. But if you added it to your library, you can play this, your PS4 version, for absolutely free.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually do get round to playing it, whether it be in a year, 2 years, 5 years. I'm not paying £10 for an upgrade. I'll play the PS4 version because I'm like, I just don't see the point. It's not a game that I think needs, a bit like The Last of Us 2 remake. Granted, I'd never played that, so I got that and I enjoyed it, but that's because I missed it first time round. But now, because I've got this, but not technically played it, I would not bother getting this. I'm just saying that. And I'm actually looking forward to the Lego version of this, which comes out in a couple of weeks' time. I've actually played that, and that seems really cool. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Not everyone's going to agree with me. I get that. Some people like this, but yeah, got to make that Concord money back. Yeah, exactly, John Unicycle. Yeah. Yeah. Will, your thoughts? Have you ever played this original? Oh, have we lost him? No. Oh, sorry, Alex. Have you? Sorry, I'll try the question again. Alex, did you ever play this?
Honestly, no. I've actually never played both Horizon games.
Okay.
Anything like that.
Like me.
But every time I see it, I feel like I want to go play it. So
Yeah.
I might have to reconsider and try it out one time at least. Like I've seen the voice acting is really great. Obviously, there's one particular voice actor that I heard at the end of the trailer, and I was like, "No, why they got to do this to us, man? Why? Not him, man, not him." Ugh. But from what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing about it, I definitely will. I'm not going to pay for the £10 one. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I am not going to pay for the £10 one. No. I'd rather I would pay the normal version. If like that, I don't think it's worth, in my opinion, £10 for just like, obviously it's updated graphics and stuff, that's fine. But what if those that bought it, are they getting that for free? Like, what if the ones that bought the original one, are they going to get that for free? But instead they got to pay £10. It's like, no, it's not right. For those that have got it in their library, as in the PS4 version, you should get that for free. If you haven't got the game at all, then I understand paying £10. You know, so it's one of them things. It's like, nah. I mean, it's a pretty decent discount compared to, I've just seen it myself on my PlayStation, compared to like 49 quid. But still, though, for remastered, nah.
Yeah, but it's the fact that you can't physically buy the PS4 version now anyway, because it's just been removed from the store, which is really cheeky. Unless you go out and physically buy a copy from somewhere, you don't stand a chance. You're either stuck with a 50 quid version or whatever. So it is a bit,
it's a shame.
There you go. Will says they've added the Forbidden West graphics and 20 hours of new animations and dialogues. Done. And it runs at 60 frames a second and 4K. Which is great if you care about that. Sadly, I just don't give a shit. So I don't really care about it. Maybe if I play it, I might change my mind about it. I don't know. But at the moment, I'm just like, this game is not that old and does not deserve this. So they gave the complete edition away for free a few years ago. There you go.
I can confirm that because I saw that when they got the complete edition. I got the complete edition straight off the bat, and I just don't understand why. Like I said before, like the choices Sony have made so far aren't that great.
No.
And I'm a long-time Sony fan. I've never been on any console apart from PC, but I've not been on Xbox or anything due to obviously the way I am.
Yeah.
I've never swapped. I've been always at Sony, playing games, PlayStation, Sony. Hopefully one day want to become partner with them one day. So if you see this, Sony, hello. but yeah, like I would. It's just the choices they're making so far aren't looking good.
Yeah. It's 7 years old. Yes, not long enough to need a remaster, in my opinion. Will 2017? Don't give a shit. Doesn't need a fucking remaster. Hands down. Saying it now. 15 years time, 22 years time, give me a remaster. Not in fucking 7 years. At least it's not as bad as The Last of Us Part 2, that there was only a fucking 2-year gap. That was a massive fucking piss take. 2 years and we'll do a remaster.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Which one was
The
that?
Last
Which
of
one
Us
was?
Part 2.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a 2-year gap.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think remaster was just a wrong choice of words for that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They could have titled something like
or reboot
or something like that.
Or
just
reboot
differentiate it.
Just so should say, call it a PS5 upgraded version.
Yeah, enhanced edition or something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, remake gives you the wrong impression of it.
There you go. There are Saturn games that I feel should be remastered, not PS4. There you go. Well, Saturn's that old. There you go. Makes sense. It still looks stunning, though. Yeah, not going to argue that. It does. There you go. Wasn't all The Last of Us stuff to promote the series? In a way,
yes. Yeah. It's a good series, though. I will say it's a very good series.
Yeah.
Very good series.
Looking forward
I'm
to
not going to knock that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock it.
No, great series. I'll knock it. So there you go. There you go. Anyway, moving on. Our last. Oh no, shit! We haven't done the scores, have we?
We haven't done the scores.
Fucking hell! Right, I totally got lost. I was going to move straight on to the next game. Let's have a look what scores are. I completely forgot what we were doing. We were having such a rant about fucking remasters. Danker says, not needed, but an 8.5. 8.5 says Gozzo. Will's actually playing this. Joining you in cycle, I guess 8, but I hate the idea of this and don't want to make them think it's okay. Tunes said an 8. Iquel, another weird one. 8 maybe. Get your scores in. Manic said 8. Total Pro, that I am not. Ems 7.5. Will 8.5. Flame 8. Alex, let's go with you. What do you reckon?
Oh, man, didn't think I watched last time. I'm going to go with an 8.5.
8.5. Okay. Dave, what say you?
An 8.
8, going for an 8. Scott says, personally, it gets a 4, but realistically, it's going to get an 8. No worries, Amanda. You take care. See you soon. Thank you for being here. Okay, folks, last chance. This is Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Who would have thought? Which came out on Halloween on PC and PS5. And this gets, ladies and gentlemen, a... Yeah, there you go. Hey! Yes. 3. Alex has got 3. Good man.
Oh, my days. Oh,
see if we can do this. See if we do this. Get a 50% on this after we do the next one. Well done to everyone that got this right. Bye, Amanda. Take care. Good to see you. Well done. Go check out the One-Handed Gamer. There is all these links. Go check it. Scott says you're on a roll now. Yes, you are. Well done to Will for getting it right as well. The birthday boy tomorrow. Well done. Did anyone else get it right? Gozzo got it right. Who else got it right? I don't know. Did Danker get it right? I don't know. I can't actually see Danker's score. I'll let Dan figure it all out. I can't remember. Yeah, Danker got it right. There you go. I'm doing scrolling, can't see. There you go. Well done to everyone. Right. Our final game. We're going to do something a little bit different for this one. Our final game of the night. Last week, we talked about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the campaign, which I played on last night's stream, and it is fucking amazing. I never thought I would say that, but it was such good fun. And as we stated, it was one of the highest scoring campaign things in the last 4 years because I've been getting very average scores. And it got an 8.5 on the show. Now, we stated on last week we weren't going to talk about multiplayer or zombies because the reviews hadn't dropped yet, but we've got the review scores now. So obviously, I'm going to play one trailer, not 2, but there's going to be 2 scores to guess. So there's a bonus score for this one, folks. So let's firstly have a look at the trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. This is the multiplayer mode. And then we're going to talk about zombies and multiplayer and some other bits and pieces. Here goes.
Pre-order the Vault Edition and get the Hunters vs. Hunted Operator Pack, the Mastercraft Weapon Collection, the Season 1 Black Cell Bundle, and more.
There you go. Tunji says, I've never really been much of a COD fan, but I did like playing this. Now, obviously, he says Zombies is fun as well. Obviously, the campaign has been the highest scoring campaign in the last 4 years of Call of Duty games. So the question is, does the multiplayer and Zombies modes hold up? So we're looking for 2 scores tonight. Dave, just give us a quick synopsis if people aren't familiar with these other 2 modes that is separate from the main campaign, please.
Yeah, we'll do. I mean, I think if you've played any of the recent Call of Duties, you'll know, what you're getting with this. Multiplayer, it's just 16 new maps. All the standard modes are there for you to play through. The main sort of thing they've added in this time is the whole Omni movement system, which changes the way you move in the maps. That looks really quite cool. The Zombies mode in this one is going back to the round-based structure they've had previously, whereas the last COD release, it was a open-world extraction shooter. This time it is more the round-based one. I think they can take a good couple of hours to get through from one of the reviews I looked at. So they look pretty cool to me. I did enjoy Zombies on the last one. I quite like the look of it on this one. Haven't got around to playing either of the modes yet. Did play the multiplayer when it was in the beta a few months back, and I thought that was really cool. I like this the tight, fast sort of movement for the smaller readers. That was really, really good. So I am going to play a bit of this because it does look good fun.
Yeah. Now, just so with the Zombies, there's actually 2 separate campaigns in the Zombies mode, isn't there? So one follows on from a story from quite a while back from another Zombies one, and one is like literally a thing that follows on from, I think, the one from the last one. I think
I kind of can give you an answer for that because I've actually played the Zombies mode. So essentially, you've got one side of the story from Liberty Falls, which is basically take place a few years, same kind of category, kind of like the same timeline as the newer map, which is Terminus.
Yes.
So Liberty Falls is basically for those that don't know, Liberty Falls is basically a like black site kind of thing. I would say like a black site kind of thing. And if you've played Cold War, there's if you played Cold War Zombies, obviously I'm not going to spoil anything. There's a guy called the Director. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Basically, that's where it all takes place, and there the outbreaks in that facility area. Whereas with Terminus, you're on a map that is basically overrun by obviously the zombies that the ether portals are all manifested. So basically, what happened in Liberty Falls happened to Terminus, basically and simultaneously and everything. And honestly, in my opinion, I haven't played zombies in a long time. This zombies experience, especially the new Terminus map, fantastic. Honestly, really well done. They've done a really good job with it. Like, and it's one of their biggest maps to date as well. One of their biggest maps to date.
There you go.
As confirmed by them. So yeah, hope that answered the question.
It does. It answered it perfectly. Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome.
There you go. So the question is, what did both multiplayer and zombies mode get? Now, people are putting 2 scores in the chat. If you get one of the 2 scores right, we're going to give you a shout out. And if you get both right, I've got no idea what we're going to do. So let's see what people are saying. But get your scores in, folks, because this is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the zombies and multiplayer mode for PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, and PC. And let's just scroll down and we can see. Scott said multiplayer 7, zombies 8.5. Manic says multiplayer 7, zombies 8. Danka says multiplayer 8, zombies 8.5. Gozzo says 8 for multiplayer, 8.5. So everyone's getting different scores here. Tune says multiplayer 8, zombie 8.5. Dave, what say you on this one?
I'm going to go for 8 for both of them.
8 for both of them. Will? No, what Will? Alex, sorry, it's because Will's birthday, isn't it? Did that earlier. Sorry, dude. Alex.
8.5 for zombies, and I would say an 8 for multiplayer.
Okay, so 8 for multiplayer, 8.5 for zombies. 2 8s from Dave. Flame says multiplayer 7, zombies 8. Last chance, folks. Get your scores in. This is the last game of the night. And I can tell you that this makes my life really easy because both these modes averaged out at the same score. And it actually means that with the score from the campaign last week and these scores makes it the best, highest rated COD game in the last 6 years. Because both these modes got an 8 out of 10.
Wait, I got zombies wrong, but
yeah, you're right. So you get a shout out, man.
Yes, got it.
There you go. You got 50% of them right, dude. 50%.
I'll take that.
Right.
I'll take it.
Dave, you also got it right. And anyone else who got one of them right, you get a shout out because that's only fair. That's how we're doing it. Because otherwise, it's too much work for the mods. Be insane.
Yeah.
But there you go. Dave, how do you want your shout out before we do our last little bits and wrap up the show?
Well, I think as I got both of them right, I think you've got to give me both your dogs, mate.
No.
You've had a good run with them.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Ready? You got it? Dave!
Hey.
Oh,
they're so tired.
They look so tired as well. But
they've had a hard night sleeping, haven't they?
Hard night napping. It's been a hard night napping, and they've been sleeping like some dogs. There you go. They're like, put us down now. All right. Say bye-bye because they're going to go to bed now. All right. Look, Mojo looking straight at the camera. He always does that, looking and smiling. Every time he looks at the camera, he's just got this smirk.
He loves it, doesn't he? Bless him.
He loves being on camera.
He loves it.
Hey, buddy.
He loves the
pain. Well, thank you, kids. There you go. Down you go. Down you go. I'll probably put you in the wrong beds. I've swapped you over. Yeah, I have. Oh, well. You'll figure it out. There you go. There you go. Right. So, folks, a little bit while we get the last few shout outs, let's just do a little bit of news. I'm just going to plow through these because obviously we're running a little bit late on the show. So, couple of things. Firstly, just talked about COD. More COD news, folks. Some of you will be very happy to know that there's some stuff that literally landed during the last week. Obviously, the new infected mode literally landed last Wednesday, I believe. And then the Nuketown map dropped, I think, yesterday. Friday, which is a classic map that everyone loves. I was watching Julian Humdinger play this last night on his stream. So, yeah, that's dropped. And then all the other season content lands on the 14th, which I think is next week, if I've got my maths correct. Back end of next week, I think.
Yes, it is. It's literally
next Thursday.
1 week from.
A week on Thursday. So there's a load of free stuff. They've basically said there are new game modes coming, and new maps as well. So I think that's really cool. So all that's going to be landing by Thursday next week. But there are one map and a mode that's already out in the last week. Also, Sony have stated, for those that are getting the PS5 Pro,
oh boy,
right, that a number of games are getting the Pro treatment. We've already talked about them on this show, but here's some ones that you might not know that are getting it, because they've announced over 50 games that are basically going to get the treatment. Lords of the Fallen, which came out last year, Spider-Man 2 is going to get it. EA FC 25 is going to get the treatment. Baldur's Gate 3, No Man's Sky, Diablo 4, and obviously, because we go back round, because I circle all my news stories round, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So that's getting the PS5 Pro treatment as well. If you want to find out what all those games are listed on the Sony website, and exactly £700 is a lot for a console that you really don't fucking need. Especially if you've already got a PS5. If you haven't got a PS5, maybe. I still think it's expensive. Yeah, I'm sticking with my PS5. I'm not changing that.
Same. And if it breaks, then I may consider it.
Yeah, well,
If it breaks, then I'll consider it.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's my sentiment. Exactly that. So there you go. There's a couple of other bits of news for you, and some games that we didn't get to talk about that will be dropped in my Discord. If you want to see the trailers, there are 3 other games that came out this week. Firstly, in early access, we have the long-awaited sequel, which came out on Halloween, No More Room in Hell 2. It's in early access on PC. At the moment, though, it's not getting great scores because there's only one map and it's quite buggy. They are doing hot fixes. That is averaging a 5 out of 10 on early access. Which is not great. Not great. So you might want to wait and see how you go. A brand new Sims 4 pack landed on PC. The Sims 4 Life and Death pack landed, getting an 8.5 out of 10.
Not bad.
It's already available on consoles, but the PC version finally got that as well. And on Friday, there was the game Albatross, spelled with a Z at the end, which came out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And that got an 8 out of 10. The trailers for those 3 games will be in my Discord, in the game chat. They will be on there within the next 24 hours or so, probably by tomorrow night, if you want to check the trailers out and see those games for yourself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. There you go. Thank you, obviously, to the wonderful one-handed gamer. There you go. Give him a round if you're there. Give him a round of applause. I know you can't do a round of applause because it's a bit weird, but there you go. Thank you so much for being a wonderful guest. Go check out all his socials. Go check out his merch and everything. That's all going to be appearing in the chat right now. Go check it out. And you are back on tomorrow at 7:30. Have I got that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yes, 7:30.
Go check him out. What are you going to be playing, my friend?
I'm actually going to be playing. So my week with the streams this week is tomorrow. I'm actually playing Fortnite for the new season.
Oh, nice.
The new season now, and the rest of the week it will be Black Ops 6 from Thursday to Friday, and then Saturday I do like a variety day and everything. So I'm going to be doing Phasma. Hopefully, I'll be doing like Phasma and stuff. So everything. So we're not going to freak out or anything, but it's okay. Everything. There's also a game you missed. I don't think it's on. I think you may have known this one. Death Note from Bandai Namco. That's another game as well. That's also coming out.
Might talk about that on next week's show because the scores haven't dropped for it yet.
In that case, I take it back. What I said, I take it back.
That's right. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's free on PS Plus as of today. On day release. Yeah, if you've got PS Plus, it's free. If you've got extra, well, actually, any of the tiers, essential, extra, it's free today to download.
No,
yeah,
I'm gonna look now.
It's like an Among Us style game, but chances are we will talk about that on next week's show. Just as the scores didn't drop in time for this one, as they sometimes, as it works out. There's some other games that came out today that we haven't talked about, but we'll talk about next week. So there we go. Next week, possibly. Who knows? We could be talking about, let's see, we could be talking about Planet Coaster 2, Metal Slug Tactics, which also came out today, which ironically is free on Game Pass as of today. Mario and Luigi Brothership, We've got Empire of Ants, Slitterhead, the horror game. Also, Farming Simulator 25 is finally out, and a Tetris Forever. Might be some of the games that we're talking about next week, or we might not.
Nice.
We'll figure it out. It might happen. We'll see. There's a lot of games out this next week, so we'll see how we go. So tune in. Our guest for the show next week is, as I got to go through, is Gozzo from Gozzo's World. And there he is in the chat. He's signed up perfectly. He says, can't wait for next week's chat me for the first time. It's first time on the show. So there you go. There you go. Scott says, get downloading that game, Alex. Do it. Big Jesse says that game sounds sus in Among Us way. Thank you to all my wonderful mods. Thank you to Dave, my long-suffering manager, as always. Thank you to Jesse and Dan, as always, for doing all the shout-outs. Big shout-out to Dave, as always, for basically being the co-host that knows the most. And thank you to you lot for watching and being in chat. Hope you enjoy this stream. And we will be back with another TNGC next week. And my next stream, because I've got my travel, I'm traveling up to Scotland tomorrow. I've got to do stuff in Aberdeen and Edinburgh over the next 2 days, and then all the way back down to Bishop Stotford on the Friday. So it's going to be a crazy day. So I'm not on now again until Monday. But as I said, we will be playing the brand new Sonic and Shadow Generations.
Yes.
I know. Sorry, dude. So we will be playing that. I got hands-on with this at EGX on the day.
Oh, nice. That's great. Play, though.
So I'm looking forward to playing this. So yes, peace and quiet for Jesse for a couple of days. But I'll be back on Monday with this. This got a what did this get last week? This got 7 out of 10, which surprised me. It's only a 7 out of 10 on average. So let's see if we can prove those reviewers wrong. So we'll see that. There you go. So let's say, let's go raid someone and continue the love. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting the channel. And again, go check out Alex's streams this week. Let's go see who we can raid.
Well, thanks for having me, by the way, as well. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. No doubt. We shall see you. I shall see you at the Twitch meet. You may even see Alex on the stream that we're doing live from Arcade Club on the 6th of December. On the Friday, he might be one of the lucky people that gets interviewed. So we'll see. Do you know what? Let's go for. Do you know what? I'll let you pick. I'll let Alex pick. I'll do this now. So a couple of people. I'm going to see what they're playing. We have got Haraf.
Right.
He's playing Dark Souls Remastered, and it's the first time he's ever played it. Soul Strike all over Wales. He's playing Dark Souls 2, ironically. And then we have got mate, we're going to be doing the Jackbox game. And he's playing Landlord.
I think your mic's a little bit.
I'm losing you a bit, mate.
Yeah, you're losing us. You're losing us.
Sorry, am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Cool. Sorry, so we've got Ed Trot's playing a Landlord Tavern simulator. We've got Soul Strike playing Dark Souls 2, or we've got Araf playing Dark Souls Remastered. Which do you want to go for, Alex?
Honestly, I don't know who to pick. I'll just say whoever we go with.
Yeah.
They appreciate it regardless. So let's go with whoever's, whoever you feel. And
even the mic is like, wrap it up, man. Yeah, they're very all right. I'll tell you what, let's just do it. Let's go. Do you know what? Let's go with Ed, because I've never seen Landlord Simulator. So that's
great. That's great.
So let's do that. Let's make that happen. That raid is starting now, folks. And if it doesn't raid through for you, here is the link in chat. Thank you so much, everyone. You lot have been awesome. I have been mildly average, whereas Dave and Alex have been absolutely outstanding, as always. Thank you so much. And as I always say, wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. And I shall see you back on Monday at 9 p.m. when I get back from my travels. Have a great week and a great weekend. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to press that button and we do that thing where we wave very awkwardly. Bye.
Good night.
Yeet.